Ladies and gentlemen, comrades from all genres and confessions, I address you in these times of darkness and social unrest that define the state of things we live in. This is nothing but a calling to action that is the continuation of a long history of anarchism. I came here not to use my voice as a battering ram against your liberties and free will, but to remind us, the duty of love we owe to the world. Before I go deeper in this matter, I must confess that my heart is filled with a feeling of shame. I grieve as I recall the words that Rodolfo Walsh wrote in 1967 when he got notice of the assassination of Ernesto Che Guevara. Nostalgia codifies in a rosary of death, and being here, sitting in front of a typewriter, makes me feel ashamed, even knowing that this is some kind of misfortune, even if the idea of this misfortune is useful, could be assumed as some kind of relief. That's how I feel as I write these lines, and remember all those who have burned themselves into the bonfire of history. From Diogenes of Sinope, replying to Alexander the Great that he cannot distinguish the bones of his father from those of his slaves, to Simon Radowitzki, taking the punishment assigned to his fellow prisoners afflicted by tuberculosis. I honor the pathway of such men, a pathway that has been traveled not only by men, but by exemplary spirits of all times and latitudes. Antigone showed us how to use love as a rule against injustice engendered by tyranny, the same rule that moved Hebe de Bonafini to stand against Videla and his infamous accomplices. I urge you to raise your voice, temper it in the forge of compassion, against the rampant propaganda used to insult the anarchist labor, linking it to nonsense violence. Let's arise against the cry of tyranny. Let's remind mankind that whenever the caring hand of a nurse gives hope to the sick, wherever a volunteer brings hope into a pile of debris, with a pair of eyes filled with light, the pure love of anarchy blossoms. Open your ears and your eyes, speak the language of love, mobilize your heart and send it to battle against evil.